Okay, problem number 3. This is going to be a no calculator problem. No calculator needed for this problem. Let f of x equal e to the x cosine x. Find the gradient of the normal to the curve at f equals x equals pi. So to find the gradient, we need the gradient function. So we're going to have to figure out what f prime of x is. Notice I have two functions being multiplied together. I have e to the x times cosine of x. So I'm going to use the product rule. Okay, I'm going to use the product rule. So my product rule, I need to find my u is going to be my e to the x, and my v is going to be my cosine of x. So now I need the derivative of u. The derivative of e to the x is just e to the x. The derivative of cosine is negative sine. These are on your formula packet. You could look them up. Then I'm going to crisscross applesauce. So I'm going to get f prime of x is equal to cosine x times e to the x plus these two, e to the x times negative sine of x. I'm going to go ahead and simplify this a little bit. You don't have to. You could actually do the next part from here. But I'm going to go ahead and pull out my e to the x. So if I pull these out, what's left behind? Cosine of x plus negative sine. Okay, and a simpler way to write that would just be minus sine. All right, so now in order to find the gradient of the tangent, I'm going to let x be equal to pi. So first we're going to get the gradient of the tangent. So I'm going to evaluate this at pi. So I get e to the pi times cosine of pi minus sine of pi. Now I need my unit circle. Where's pi? Pi is over here. So that would be at negative 1, 0. Cosine of pi is negative 1. So e to the pi times negative 1. Sine of pi is 0. So I get negative e to the pi. That is the gradient of the tangent at x equals pi. The normal is perpendicular. Normal is perpendicular to the tangent. Okay. You don't actually need to write this down. I'm just writing it down for those of you who aren't listening to my voice, who won't hear what I just said anyway. All right. Okay, so to get perpendicular, it's going to be the opposite reciprocal. So the opposite of a negative is a positive, and the reciprocal is e to the pi. So the gradient of the normal is 1 over e to the pi. That's problem 3.